This way. Sorry about my sister. I'm used to it. But, she does tend to be a little abrupt.
A little abrupt? She's scarier than I am, and I can be pretty unnerving.
Don't worry, I understand. After all, I'm a stranger to you lot.
Shh! Don't give him such intelligent reasoning. He might have second thoughts about us.
Well, you're definitely not on their side.
Or his head might explode from the strain.
Definitely not. Where are we?
I knew it. You're one of the prisoners from that village in Sumner.
Inuit. It's called Inuit.
Oh, I understand. Now you're on the coast of the island of Kiev, the biggest archipelago in Rakfjord.
Are we in the Barony? I'm on another continent then?
Uh-huh. A little far from home, hey?
Exactly. But it's not all that bad. You'll see. Follow the path. There's a hidden one. Can you see it?
Big hulking tree trunks. There's no way through here.
Thick trees.
Careful not to hit yourself.
Game saved.
There you are. We were about to leave.
Zarek, ride with me.
Report.
I can't see anyone around in this direction.
But it's only a question of time. We'd be best going through Norov.
Okay, let's go through the small village. Let's cover ourselves with cloaks. Hide the weapons. Slow trot. We don't want to draw any attention. Ah!
This way, Zarek, through the vegetation.
A dense bush.
Psst, this way. Psst, this way, Zarek, through the vegetation.
Game saved.
Not all that fresh, eh?
What a great fish stall, complete with moldy, stinking scraps. Even the merchant has left.
The ships returned last night, but...
Our prayers have been answered, finally.
Oh, yes, I think so. But the alarm reached us just a little while ago.
Oh, well, it won't be anything serious.
Yes, let's hope so.
glaring at us. Maybe he'll nail a hand.
Keep your head down. Seriously, don't look around so much.
I can't believe it. He didn't notice.
Don't worry.
I thought he was stupid, but this is beyond stupid.
Lots of the Marauders' families live here in Narav. It's basically their village.
Not that way. The carpenter's workshop. He sells tools and the likes.
Sirs, get your apples here. 2 coins a bag.
Onions, turnips, cabbages, fire crate.
Old Enid, you heard the voices? Our children!
Yes, I heard them. But what can we do? Let's pray to the 5 that they are all well.
Even just a coin for bread, out of the goodness of your hearts, sirs.
She should pay us to take those things off her hands.
Oh, what are we gonna do?
Poor boys!
Leave me alone.
You'd be better off sticking to the path.
Leave me alone.
My dad always brings me something back from his travels.
I shouldn't be going off in the wrong direction.
My dad always brings me something back from his travels.
Game saved.
Horsemen are coming. Let's get out of the way. Shh. Don't talk. It's dangerous. You sissy. I'm the son of a warrior. I'm not scared.
Neither am I.
Do you have a coin for us? Or perhaps a piece of bread?
We're hungry. Please. Our fathers will pay you back.
Yes. My father promised me that he's going to come back with loads of treasure. Wait up! My father, he'll pay you back. He fights for Mandafero. You idiot! Shut it! You're the idiot. Leave me alone.
My dad always brings me something back from his travels.
Hey!
What's the matter?
Over the bridge, a group of villagers. They seem agitated.
Here we go, Sarek. Now the dumb one, or one of his friends, is going to do something stupid.
They've heard the alarm.
And wham! They're all going to beat us up.
Yes, they must have sounded the horn when they found Mandafero.
No, you don't say.
You'll have to tell me about this. Every detail.
Not now. What shall we do?
No one could have passed us. We came by horseback. Therefore, they cannot know what has happened.
He's right. Let's continue on quickly without drawing attention to ourselves. Don't stop. Let's go.
Oh, that's not fair.
This isn't where I should be going.
My dad always brings me something back from his travels. My dad always brings me something back from
Leave
his
me
travels.
alone. Not that way.
Are you lost?
Not that way. Not that way.
This isn't where I should be. I shouldn't be going off in the wrong direction.
Not that way.
My dad always brings me something back from his travels.
I shouldn't be going off in the wrong direction. This isn't where I should be
My
going.
dad always brings me something back from his travels.
Not that way.
This isn't where I should be going.
Are you lost?
My dad always brings me something back.
You'd be better off sticking to the path.
I shouldn't be going off in the wrong direction.
One of the village's houses. They're all made of stone, very simple and humble.
A sealed barrel. I shouldn't be going off in the wrong direction. I shouldn't be going off in...
You'd be better off sticking to the... Not that way. Not that way. Not that way. Leave me alone.
My dad always brings me something back from his travels.
I shouldn't be going off in the wrong direction.
Hey!
No, sweetheart, they're all going to be just fine. No, sweetheart, they're all going to be just fine.
Stop unless you want to drown. The water is much too deep. Drown. The water is much too deep. Stop. The water's too deep over there. The water's too deep. The water's too deep over there.
No, sweetheart, they're all going to be just fine.
We ought to go and see, I'm telling you.
By the hammer of Renoff. Don't be foolish. Other than us, all of the able men are over there. What could we possibly do to help that they cannot already do by themselves?
Let's stay calm. No ships have been sighted, no troops have been seen approaching.
They'll let us know what has happened. Let's wait.
Wait. Just like waiting for the leftovers of the raids. We're good at that.
Keep quiet. There'll have been a slave that's escaped.
Bah.
If only they knew that Mandafero's killer is right under their noses.
Kiros. Did you say something?
Nothing.
Mummy, has something happened to Daddy or to my uncles?
No, sweetheart, they're all going to be just fine.
They're all so worried, Mummy.
We're through. We can speed up now. Ha!
I'm not going to be missing that run-down place. Not one bit.
Game saved.
Finally free from human eyes, the horsemen continued on their way. Far away now from the coast, they crossed barren plains, climbed arid and rocky hills under a sky strewn with gray clouds. In front of them stood sinister woods, from which stood out groups of dry trees and wide, swampy marshes. The path now continued, entering the marsh. Almost as if to catch their breath before entering, the group came to a halt on the outskirts of the marsh. The crows, disturbed from their meal, watched them, their beaks bloody and their eyes gleaming.
I get the shudders every time we enter the marshes.
It's precisely because the islanders are suckers just like you that we hide here.
How come? I think this place looks wonderful.
Hey, Lexa, there are many stories. Lots are down to us. But that's not to say we haven't seen strange things, too.
In these kind of places, cursed by the gods, there always lurks some kind of evil.
Enough chat! We need to find the path before night falls. Cursed or not, the salt marshes are not to be taken lightly. Before we go on, know that we cannot take any risks. Torin, you've pledged for him.
Sarek. I'm called Sarek.
You've pledged for Sarek, but...
That's it. I knew it. Now they're going to shoot you.
Oh?
Big sis?
I wanted to blindfold him so that he wouldn't see the path, but, he's blind.
Dun dun dun!
You're blind?
Yes.
But how? Before, I saw you...
We'll talk when we get there. In depth. Trouble on the horizon.
Damn it!
What a nice obstacle we've got here. Quite a few trees have fallen.
We can't use this road.
But how...
We didn't come this way. We didn't know it was in this condition. We need to find another way, at least until we rejoin the path. Let's go.
Here! A path! It goes into the marshes!
Stop unless you want to drown. The
Here now. Let's leave them hidden here. Once we find the path, we'll send a squad out for them.
Lexa, there's a problem.
This path is blocked too. The storm the other night has made a right mess.
Adrav, get the map. Uske, come help us find another path.
Yes.
Yes.
Stop unless you want to drown. The water is much too deep. Stop unless you want to drown. The water is much too deep. Stop unless you want to drown. The water is much too deep. What a mess, hey? Lost in the middle of the marshes with a group of strangers.
Shut it.
There are so many dangers in these marshes. You may not even survive the night without shelter.
If that's what the gods have planned for me, so be it.
What spirit? But maybe you should only be thinking of what one god has in mind for you. Do you remember when Mandafaro used it? Put it on.
The glove?
It's a relic. The pearl-colored plate is its showpiece.
Fight. My fight. It won't end like that. Stupid servants. Sloth will condemn you all. Burn, suffer, and succumb to my fury.
Divine power, a pinch of a secret ingredient, and you have a powerful artifact. The grip of fury. All yours now.
But what? There was something... a voice.
Nah, don't take any notice of it. What are you waiting for? Let me hear a nice big boom! Now concentrate on the artifact until you feel something. Can you feel the vibration? Now make it stronger. Again, and release it! Yes!
What the?
Woohoo! Mandafaro's glove? Amazing! You managed to use it!
Seeing as the path is cleared, let's go. Just warn us next time, okay?
there should be another 2 paths underneath all this debris.
Well, you seem to be good at this. Go ahead, Sarek. But be careful of the debris, okay?
Careful of the debris. Nee. Don't listen to her. Blow it all up. Blow it all up. Boom! Another blocked path. Time to clear it. You're getting good at this.
Does this power depend on my link with Sorthor too?
Don't ask too many questions. Either way, it's said that people like you are more gifted in using relics. But anyone can do it, if they try hard enough.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's one of the reasons why they're so desired, amongst those who can recognize them for what they are. Keep the grips safe. The water's too deep over there.
Game saved.
Careful! All halt!
What's the matter?
A shallow marsh. It cuts through the path and we'll have to cross it.
That's the last thing we needed.
What's the problem?
This area is full of small sulfur springs. They create strange currents, making the marsh bed unstable. One wrong foot, and you could end up falling in and sinking or being dragged away by some strange current.
The old route was made up of steady and safe paths to go over them. But here, we'll have to go by trial and error. Let's get some long sticks and cross our fingers.
Wait, I think I can find the route.
How?
Let him try, big sis.
You really want to end up getting soaked, don't you, champ? Careful where you step. Pay attention to the sound of the bubbles. The points from which they emerge is where the marsh bed is unstable. You might slip or sink.
Game saved.
Pay attention to the sound of the bubbles. The points from which they emerge is where the marsh bed is unstable. You might slip or sink.
Game saved.
Shh! Don't move. Can you hear that?
Careful, Sarah. A monster is attacking us.
Game saved.
Ugh, that's disgusting. It looks like the jettons from the cave, but it's green and larger. Ugh, that's disgusting.
It may be a trolled then. I've heard of them before. I didn't think that they were still about in Kiev.
Call it whatever you want. I'm just happy that there's one less in this world. It's repulsive.
We're getting close. What you're hearing are our boogeymen.
Boogeymen?
Scarecrows for the curious. We use them to fuel the stories about this place. Witch hunts, monsters' caves. You hear all kinds of stories from the villagers.
Well, it's not all false.
We know.
Well, some of the people that never return, some of those are down to us.
If they're as cunning as the salmon, it must be one hell of a challenge.
Careful now. We still need to cross the last marsh.
Game saved.
Well, look at that. The trees are much greener here. The vegetation much denser.
A river?
A branch of the River Reek. The marsh is spread around its mouth, only that the sea level is lower here, and the coastal storms in the winter bring with them salt water, rocks, and debris. And this half-dead mess is what you get. Salt marshes. But some areas remain untouched, only that you need to know how to get to them.
Torin, that's enough!
They've warned us.
And acknowledged. Otherwise we'd be pincushions full of arrows by now.
Sarek, I have a feeling that these guys are dangerous. Let's make fast as soon as possible.
Lexa! Already back? Torin! May the night take you away! What are you doing here?
Ooh, I really missed you guys.
We really need to talk about what's happened.
Come on in, the others are waiting for you.
What a great camp they've got here. An island full of vegetation, well hidden, and they've built in the trees. Clever. So they aren't all weird or idiots. A guard tower. Wow, look at that. There's a wood bridge over here, which greets a single gangplank linked to the two towers at the entrance. Ingenious. Oh.
What is it?
A guard on the bridge. He's looking at us. That is, he's looking at you. Look up and give him a wave. Great, Sarek. He nearly fell over from the surprise and shock.
Hey, have you seen? Lexa's returned too.
Yes, and so what?
So maybe it's time you made a move.
Shh, shut it! Do you want half the camp to hear?
A rope bridge to get to the island where the camp is.
Is it safe?
It looks like the safest thing you've set foot on since we met.
Lexa! Torin! You've returned!
Yep, but why?
Yeah, we had to escape. There was about to be a great big riot after Mandafero's death.
Mandafero's dead?
How did that happen?
What's going to happen now?
We had to escape? Why have you brought along a stranger? Why does he have Mandafero's glove?
Well, actually...
I'm not talking to you! And most of all, why did you blow your cover with the Marauders for him? It took months to get you in amongst them. Come on, Torrent Strayed, spit it out!
I'm not a child anymore, Lexa. I saw Sarah kill Mandafero by himself, without any trickery. Mandafero, the scourge of our islands, one of the strongest warriors in all of Kiev.
Him?
But he's just a boy.
It's not possible.
I found him wounded, exhausted, defenseless. What should I have done? Leave him to die? Maybe even capture him, and then watch him be executed. After he just killed our greatest enemy?
Mandafero with just one man that we knew well. Our enemy is the Baron. That allows raids to freely occur with the weakest islands paying the price.
He was a threat, and you know exactly what he did to our family. And now, without him, they are weaker and vulnerable.
You really don't get it. With a little bit more time, we could have dealt with a deadly blow to the Marauders of the Drowned Caverns. Now, instead, we have a body flailing about with its head cut off. And we have no idea what will grow back in its place.
But But we could take this opportunity and strike them now. Let's think of a new strategy. We need to make the most of this. Without even considering that we have Sarek with us now, he might be able to help us with his powers.
Yes, his powers. He can fight just as good as and better than a sighted man. He can even use that relic.
Uh-oh.
We'll think about it. Don't you all have things to be getting on with?
It's like I'm telling you. Listen to me. Yes, I'm talking about you, boy. The only people capable of doing what you do are the old priests of the 6 Pillars. According to the stories, anyway. There are but a few of them that show their faces around these parts after the Arcross disaster. The most influential amongst them are born and live with the noble families that serve the Baron, and their knowledge never leaves those palaces.
Well, yes, old Arvid, it's true, but let's not forget that the preachers of the fire from the realm of Levia, the followers of the bastard god, have superhuman powers too.
For some, they're one and the same. Emissaries of divine powers, as ancient as the gods that bestow them these powers.
I think it's all hogwash. Here, now, a priest, and a boy at that? Yes, utter nonsense.
He wouldn't have been taken prisoner.
Those kind of powers no longer exist.
We no longer live in the time of the old stories.
Wait! I want to explain. To tell you that I know about what's happened to me.
Be careful, Sarek. These people are superstitious.
I was a prisoner. My village, Inuit, was raided by the marauders last night. I was imprisoned, like many from my village. I managed to escape and do what you know I did. As far as my powers are concerned, I have no idea how to explain them. I am also trying to find answers, but I won't hide them. I need them. I want to return and free all the others from my village that are still imprisoned.
Basically, you're a silly fool too.
The first sensible thing he said.
There are many here among us who have lost loved ones to men like Mandifero. Others couldn't cope living under the rule of the families of the North, but all of us have had to leave our homes. I believe him. What say you, big sis? We can't just let himself go off and get killed. Let's at least get him back into good shape first.
We already feed you. Feeding 2 of you idiots isn't going too much to ask. And he may prove useful yet.
Woohoo! Welcome to the Tide Strays.
Oh well, he's the dumbest of the lot. You're a goner, Sarek.
Torin, are you lending me a helping hand by chance?
Oh, blast. You're right.
Game saved.
Oh, over there is that wonderful brother and sister duo, emptying their bags by the looks of things.
Hey, Sarek, how's your walk going?
Well, thanks. Listen, Torin, before you mentioned you're all far from home. Where do you all come from?
Oh, from various islands and villages in the Rakfjord archipelago. My sister and I, like many others, come from the large Grey Moon Isles. We're the 2 that started this group.
We were sick of running and suffering. We wanted to fight to take back our land, take back our homes, stop this rule of force from taking more victims.
The Grey Moon Isles have already been under the rule of Mandifero and his men for quite a long time, like many others here in Rakfjord. There are many bands of pirates and bandits, each one claiming control over this or that piece of land.
We no longer wanted to be forced to pay tribute or work for those lowlifes. Protection. That's what they said they were offering.
But the Baron allows all of this?
Yes, although not officially.
As long as one area is stable, as long as the tributes come back to the capital, and as long as these bands obey specific requests from the Baron when needed, as long as all of that continues, he keeps both of his eyes shut.
The Marauders, for example, attack specific targets every now and again, such as the ships of the noble families from the continent. The war with the Kingdom of Levia has never really come to an end.
First and foremost, our islands must be set free. However, afterwards, the free folk must come together and learn how to fight. Otherwise, they'll end up being victims of this corrupt system again. The Baron is at the heart of all this, and must be eliminated. You hear that, Torin? They're calling us.
Oh, we need to go, Sarek. You keep on looking around the camp. We'll meet up later and finish our talk. See you later.
See you.
Ditched by your little friend, hey? Serves you right.
Did you say something?
Oh, the girl is sharpening her own sword. She sure looks threatening.
You again. You really don't want to rest, eh?
There's another thing that I don't understand, that you can perhaps explain. There were many prisoners in the Marauders' Cove. What do they do with them?
They use them for labor. Hard labor for the most part. And not all of them are prisoners. Some of them go there willingly to pay for the protection of their village.
Ugh. Oh, that whole situation is horrible. Here's the water you asked for, sir. Anyway, Sarek, the main job that prisoners do is dig. Expanding the base, that's the official reason. In and around the Drowned Cavern is a series of natural caves that can be accessed and are made useful as storage rooms, sleep quarters, or more dungeons.
But we don't think that's it.
You must have seen it too. Oh, sorry. I meant...
He really can't help himself.
Anyway, the structures of the base come from ancient ruins. There are rumors amongst Mandafero's men that there is a hidden treasure in a yet unexplored area.
This may be the real reason behind all the digging.
Many witnesses among the workers say that they have seen strange engravings, complex symbols on some of the walls. They have even found strange objects, in awful condition, but that must be very precious to the temples. Fragments of tapestries or statues, pieces of objects made of precious metals, the remains of decorations.
I understand.
We're all going to come together soon to eat and talk. You're more than welcome to come. We'll see you at the bonfire.
This looks like the primary meeting place for the camp. Oh, people are starting to gather.
It's time to eat.
The long day came to a close. Around the fire, after having eaten and drunk together, the strays refreshed their spirits. It was a happy time, but their eyes remained ever vigilant. The lookouts continued their work. The guards took turns at the edge of the island. Even though too far away, a sentinel up in a tree looked on at the scene, enjoying the warmth of the moment.
I propose a toast. To the fall of a powerful enemy. To the discovery of a new friend.
Cheers!
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 Cheers! Cheers!
Cheers!
You're too kind, Torin. Your sister's right.
You hear that?
Shut up. The last thing we need is someone encouraging her.
How sweet you all are. I think I'm going to be sick.
I think that Lexa should relax every now and again.
Hear that?
I do relax every now and again, but I would like to do so more often. Someone has to keep us all in check.
True, true. But you'll wear yourself out in the long run. But enough of this talk. I propose another toast to the Grey Moon Isles, the 3 diamonds of the Northern Sea, and to their freedom.
Cheers!
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 Cheers! Cheers!
Thank you, Arvid. I'm going to retire now. Tomorrow we need to decide our next moves. It's going to be a long day.
Old man Arvid, do you think that we'll ever return to Grey Moon?
Stop calling me that. I'm not that old. maybe not all of us. Maybe not anytime soon. But we'll make it.
Your name's Stian, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you also come from those islands?
More or less. I was born here on Jeff, but both of my parents were from there. I only know of the Isles from the stories they told me. So many stories. It was a place that, although tough, like everywhere here in the north, thrived. I'd really love to see it, even if only once.
How did it all end up in ruins, under the control of marauders?
It happened about 15 years ago. A great sickness. Some say that it was punishment from the gods. Killed the Lord of the Isles' 3 sons. The mother, Lady Marlene, became sick and died soon after from the pain. And the father vanished after going insane.
Terendar Grubnik was a good ruler, loved by everyone. He had a good relationship with the barony, and his people were happy. But without his guidance, and with no legitimate heirs to take his place, the families started to fight for power. After years of fighting with no end, Mandafaro came. For him, it was child's play, eliminating any resistance and imposing his rule.
We deserved it. Remember that many went to and united with him of their own accord. We really do deserve this exile.
We chose to leave to change things. And we fight for this. No one deserves a future without hope, especially when the guilt of past mistakes falls on other people's shoulders.
You're right, Stian. You talk just like a man. Let's put it this way. It's up to us to put things back together.
Yes!
Yes, but not tonight. I'm going to sleep now. You should do so too.
There's a tent for me too, right?
Of course, I'd take you there. But I'd have to put out the fire and clean up here. And, little Stian here has to help me.
Fine.
Victory comes from washing plates too, boy.
He may have found his true calling.
You'll find it all right, though, right, Sirik? You'd even be able to deal with any intruders along the way, if there were any.
Let's not exaggerate. I'm off now. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I want to become a warrior like Lexa.
Keep away, boy. Keep away, boy.
Preparing the meals is important. There's no winning a war on empty stomachs.
There's backwater on this side. It's almost as if we're on a small... There's water over on... There's water over on this side. There's backwater on this side. It's almost as if we're on a small island. The salty water runs here, creating a small river. Here's the tent. It's empty. It must be yours. Cozy.
Nothing scathing or sarcastic to say?
Inspiration doesn't always come to me.
Game saved.
Now we talk freely. What happens now? What can I expect?
Nothing for now. You've done what was asked of you. I don't know. Rest, perhaps?
Then I'm free now?
Not exactly.
But you've just said that I've done what I was asked to do.
Well, that's the thing. Perhaps it shouldn't be me to tell you this, but some accords are for life. But don't worry, it's not that bad. Of course you'll have to do what's asked of you, but you'll have powers, even others, and you'll be able to go on with your life. When you're not asked for by the Supreme One. I'm sure you'll get used to it. You're alive and powerful.
You were lying when you said that I could save the prisoners after we escaped.
No. That is, as long as Sarther has nothing against it.
And those marauders, they didn't seem all that evil. They had their families that were starving to death. Or am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. But there's still people who have chosen to live at the expense of others.
And why should it be Sarther to judge them? And why should I play the part of executioner for him? Is there anything else you're hiding from me? Like the history of the glove? The relic? Whose voice was that I heard?
You'll understand in time. Listen, I know it's not easy. I went through the same. I don't have many memories. Although these places that we have been through have made things come up to me. I don't know. I shouldn't be telling you this. I'm not even sure.
Sarek. Sarek, you still awake? I saw that the lantern wasn't lit, but maybe you're asleep.
Torin, even if I were awake, I wouldn't need to light a lantern.
Oh, damn.
And even if I were sleeping, now you've woken me up.
I'm sorry. I'm a disaster as normal.
Come on now, don't worry. Come in.
Oh, well, I just wanted to say sorry for today. For how my sister acted.
There's no need.
No, I feel I need to explain. She's very protective of all of us. Even me. Something happened to us due to these same marauders. We had a younger brother, Oval. Basically...
Torin.
He isn't. I don't even know why I'm telling you this. Maybe because you remind me of him. My sister surely feels the same. So, now you know why she's a little extreme sometimes. It's not easy for her. I'm off now, before I worry the Sentinels. Night, Zerk.
Good night.
No, we can't. No.
Kirov?
Be quiet, Zerk.
Game saved.
Why this, my lord? I can hear them still. They follow me. Make them stop. Make them stop.